Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to analyze MicroStrategy's stock performance again as it relates to their Bitcoin holdings. None of the content is financial advice. Right now, the price of MSTR has grown from less than $300 to now up to 350, more than $352. This marks a move from the lows of 295 to 290s to back to the back to the 50-week simple moving average, coming in at around $348. The price is above the 50-week simple moving average, but below the 21-week exponential moving average and the 20-week simple moving average. Those key levels are at around $355 and $370 respectively. So those are the key levels to watch. If they hold the 3.618 fib level drawn from the 2021 high to the 2022 lows for MSTR is coming in at around $434. Price did go a couple of times higher than this $434 once during that November euphoria for MicroStrategy, when the price went higher than $550 for a brief while and then came cooling off from that point, and again second time in mid-July 2025 when the price crossed that $450 target. Now those if those three levels to the upside are respectively $355, $370, and $434. Coming to the machine learning based price analysis, again this model analyzes MicroStrategy stocks since they started buying Bitcoin on their balance sheet. You can check the purchases on their balance sheet. You can see on this website, again, first purchase that they made about 21,000 Bitcoin on August 10, 2020. We measure from that week of August 10, 2020. And since that point in time, as they mention on their website, they call it the Bitcoin era. So Bitcoin standard era, they're up by about 2700% from that point in time. Again, back then the price of MicroStrategy stock was about $12. Today it's at around, roughly speaking, $330. So somewhat less than 3000%. If it were at around $360 from the $12 weekly average, that would have been at around 300%. So the function of this price is a function of Bitcoin's current price and the number of Bitcoin that they hold on their balance sheet, as well as whatever that enterprise value is. That means the total value of or market cap of MicroStrategy and how it relates to the Bitcoin that they hold on their balance sheet. So right now they have about 115 billion market cap, out of which 76 billion is the relates to the Bitcoin on their holdings, and that's the number of BTC that they hold, 640,000 Bitcoins, and the price of BTC currently at around roughly speaking $117,000. That's the Bitcoin current price, $119,000. It has grown quite a bit. And if you divide this 115 billion by 76 billion, you would get that MNAV, which is the multiple on the Bitcoin net asset value dividing the enterprise value, which is this number, by 115 by 76 to get that 1.51. So in simple words, Bitcoin, the spot Bitcoin, if it's at around $119,000, MicroStrategy's equivalent Bitcoin is 51% premium, compared on a 51% premium than the current price of MicroStrategy. So the current price of Bitcoin. So that's because, again, this is the MNAV that relates to the value that the premium on the Bitcoin that MicroStrategy holds. Coming back to the machine learning based price forecast, in the per this model, again, we will only look towards the end of the year as how it compares to that time period. The price of MicroStrategy currently coming in at around $350 or so, and let's say if the price action grows in this base case environment in the next 3 to 4 months. Again, the base case ceiling for MicroStrategy in this towards the end of 2025 is close to that $510 $2, whereas the bull case, if there is a euphoria in the last quarter, that is the current quarter of 2025, the price ceiling estimated is between $445 and towards the end of year at as high as about $1,100 to $1,200. So that's the ceiling per the machine learning based price forecast. Coming to the regression based analysis of the current price of MicroStrategy, again these are the price color coded with respect to the risk levels, and color codes of cooler color are when the price of MicroStrategy is in a great low risk territory. That means less than 20% risk, like it identified these bottoms using the regression based fair value. Right now the regression based fair value is $250. That's because the price has been in a downturn since essentially November 2024. What remains key to watch in this bull run is if the price were to break out of the $380 target, that's the dotted 2 standard deviation residual. If price breaks out of this level and sustains an uptrend, then the slope of the regression function could go from the negative bias to the positive bias, like it did back in February 2023 as the price started rallying above the dotted red line over here. So that's the line in sand per this analysis. Right now the peak regression based some of the key levels to watch for MicroStrategy are between between 0.4 and 0.8 risk level. The 0.4 level is at around less than current price, whereas 0.8 risk level is at close to that $400 level. So a $400 MSTR would be considered somewhat moderate short-term price goal per the risk-based analysis, whereas the higher end of the risk-based breakout is at around $456. That means close enough to that 3.618 over here. So that's the short-term target for MSTR. Whereas if there is a continued euphoria in the market towards the end of the year, the $1,100 is still in play per the machine learning based model. Over a series of different iteration of market cycles, the CAGR based retirer for MSTR helps identify the number of MicroStrategy shares, and as well as the price that MicroStrategy could undergo, the price journey that it could undergo using Bitcoin's historical market cycle analysis and just tuned out interpretation of that. So for example, if this bull run concludes at a average case of about $800 towards the end of year 2025, then again using the logic that every 4 years there is a bear market, and if bear market hits the wider crypto asset class, and MicroStrategy again in the bull case scenarios grows 45% in 3 out of 4 years, that is the 3 out of the 4-year non-bear market years of the Bitcoin market cycle, and the 50% decline in every 4th year, that is the bear market year, like Bitcoin declined in 2022. So over here you can see the Bitcoin ROI. So this is across all years, but if you look at currently, Bitcoin is up 25% from the yearly open, but if you look in 2022, which was the bear market year, from the yearly open it was down 65%. In 2018 as well, from the yearly open it was down 72% towards the end. That was the year to date ROI. So if 4 years later in 2026, if that kind of 40% drop occurs in Bitcoin, if MicroStrategy being slightly more volatile than Bitcoin could easily drop 50%. So with that, price could go somewhere close to $400, and then again 3 years of annual growth of about 45% gets MicroStrategy price at around $1,200 in 2029, only to do a 50% drop in 2030 to drop to about $600 in 2033 again. After 3 years of growth, price goes to $1,800, resets in 2034, and then again 3 years later grows to about, roughly speaking, 3K, and then in 2040 at slightly higher than 3K. That's the trajectory forecasted by the compound annual growth rate based model. The beauty of this model is it also identifies the number of MicroStrategy shares required to be MicroStrategy millionaire. Right now, if the price were to for this year go to that $800 target, 1200 shares of MicroStrategy would make one a millionaire. In 2029 goes to 800 shares of MicroStrategy. In 2033, around 530. In 2037, less than 350 shares, and in 2040, around 330 shares of MicroStrategy, projected using this CAGR model, gets that millionaire status. All in all, again, before just to summarize everything that we discussed, all in all, the base case for MicroStrategy without much euphoria ahead of us is at around closing the year at around somewhere between $480 and $500. The Euphoria case is at around between $1,100 and $1,200. The average of them, as established by the regression based as well as the CAGR based case, is at around $800. With that, I would like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe. And all the charts available on Crypto Weeklies for free. You can check them out. The link is on the bottom of your screen. Hope you enjoy your rest of the day and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.